Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about another Mingguo espionage drama that has recently gone live on iQIYI, 哈尔滨1944, in the name of the brother. This is a 40 episodes drama that started airing on April the 21st on iQIYI, plus 3 different satellite televisions. The drama is directed by Zhang Li, led by Qin Hao and Yang Mi. Zhang Li is a very, very, very influential Chinese television director. He was born in 1957, so not very young anymore, but still working. He's got some very impressive work portfolio. The type of will be in history forever in Chinese television series making history dramas. For any directors, if you've managed to do one drama that can qualify as one of those dramas, you kind of have succeeded in your life, and he's done multiple, including the period drama that is still today widely recognized as the most intricate court politics of Ming Dynasty drama, 大明王朝, which depicts some very famous historical figures in Chinese history, epitome of imperialized power in the world, in the whole running of a huge empire, making your brother in fire looking like a child's play. If you're into the real world politics of Chinese Ming Dynasty, I highly recommend you check out that drama, although it's very hard to understand. Very, very hard. Also, its costume is terrible. Then he also was the director of 走向共和, literally means walking towards a republic. That is at the end of Qin Dynasty, beginning of the Republic of China, that very turbulent time history, plus 人间正道是沧桑, another drama that is sort of canon. Now, not saying this director hasn't failed before this drama, because he was also the director of this drama. Again, it just shows you when the overall industry is just not doing very well, individuals, no matter how good you are, you have very limited rooms to maneuver. 哈尔滨1944 the story is set in, well, clearly Harbin and 1944. The title gives you the location and the time. And Northeast China was one of the most occupied and earliest occupied places in China during Japanese-Sino War. And this is right at the end of it, 1944, because 45, it will end the last year of Japanese occupation. And this espionage story mostly happens within the Japanese-ruled Harbin's police agency. And our female lead character, played by Yang Mi, is such a person. She's a 特务, which means special agent, under Japanese occupation as a Chinese person. So it's very complicated, as you can imagine. And our male lead character, played by Qin Hao, is one of 2 twins. He's got an older brother who actually, when he was younger, knew the younger Yang Mi's character. They were together for only a very short time, but that's like the youthful love thing. They haven't had contact for years until Qin Hao's character shows up. He's actually the twin brother of that guy, so he's not aware of his brother had this romance with this woman, but now this woman is a special agent who holds a very important position at the Japanese-occupied police station of Harbin. And then Qin Hao's character is actually an underground Communist Party member. So finding out that this woman is actually attached to his twin brother and mistakes him as his twin brother, he thought this is a great opportunity for him to become undercover agent into the police station in the name of the brother. The title of the English plus the title of the Chinese spoils the whole story for you. The drama actually went through a quite long period of production last year from March to September, half a year. That's already considered to be a slow production in China standard. If you compare this espionage drama to the not so long ago just finished airing War of Faith, it's very easy to tell War of Faith is a better production, every department considered. I went right into it on the first day, 6 episodes, watched it on the first day. Then I kept watching after a few days. When I get to mid-teen numbers episodes, that's when I decided, okay, I've had enough. I don't think miracle is gonna happen. And honestly, for a 40 episodes long drama, if by episode 14, 15, you still haven't convinced me that you're good, then it's not good. I'm not gonna give a rating of this drama because I haven't even finished watching it. I can't be bothered. I'm very disappointed, honestly speaking. Let's first talk about the story itself and other people, and why I think even if you completely take Yang Mi's acting and problems out of this drama, it still doesn't qualify as a good drama. As an espionage drama, this drama is completely leaking everywhere. If you want to stop and think for 1 second, but that does not make sense, is what you will constantly say. And for espionage drama, where people's lives are on the line all the time, and they have to be meticulous about everything they do, everything they say, they have to be like turning all their antennas on all the time to make sure they can succeed at doing what they do and don't get killed. You'd think everybody in this story would be uber super clever. No, not at all. Our male lead character goes into the female lead's office trying to open the safe and steal something she has. He hears the female lead and the Japanese guy coming towards the office, so he has to hide and he has nowhere, so he climbs out of the window. It's night, okay, let's say it's dark. He was hanging on the outside of the window, on the windowsill, so on the wall. Listen to the whole conversation that the female lead is talking to the Japanese person. And that's a pretty long conversation, not 5 seconds, okay, well above like a minute or two. And this is on the precinct of their police station, which is 24 hours surveillanced and then patrolled by people. Nobody saw him. But it just happens to be nobody's walking by in their police station. Nobody is like watching. I don't know, they don't have guards. So he was like safely just hanging there until he heard the whole conversation and then they left and then he can get out of that situation. And his ideas about dressing up so that people don't recognize him is to literally just wear a cap and put 2 cotton balls in his mouth. And then he just goes on and asks people randomly about things. And knowing that his colleagues who will later come and question these people who has come to ask you information. I mean, don't you want to even bother just to, I don't know, like wear a wig, pretend you're an old man, or wear some beard, change your voice, like cotton ball and cap, really? There's another scene where they go to a Japanese banquet at night. He and his brothers are given a task to steal something from the 2nd floor of the Japanese person's office. And they plan the genius plan, which is basically they look identical, so they're gonna dress exactly the same, and they're gonna be 2 places at once. So that even if brother stealing the thing will be found out, then there's alibi, because literally same looking person is talking to another person at another place at the same time. That's their plan. Okay, fine. And literally how they play it out, they were present in the same dancing banquet hall at the same time, without one of them trying to hide their presence, standing at 2 positions in the same big room. And nobody noticed it. The whole room filled with special agents and Japanese people and whatever. No one saw. There are 2 identical people in the same room. There's another plot which is ridiculous. The police, Yang Mi led, they are trying to do a secret operation. At the point she decided to do it, she immediately let everybody in the police station know, from now on, nobody goes out. Nobody can travel outside of the gate. The gate will be stationed by what people. No one calls. All communication gets cut so that the message cannot be leaked, and we're gonna go and do that thing. Now, after she said that, literally one of her subordinates, played by the actor Zhang Zixian, walked to the front gate and then talked to the guard and saying, have you patrolled the back gate? And that person said, I haven't. So why don't you do it? And then he walked out of the gate and he left. And nothing happened. I'm not kidding. Go and watch the drama. It is really like that. Okay, I'm not making it up. What do you expect audiences to do? Like, just go with it. If you are an idol romantic drama and you're filled with silly plot and tropes and, I don't know, turning circles and in slow motion and anti-gravity, car crash, memory loss, incest, plus cancer, I forgive you, but you're an espionage drama. That aside, let's talk about the second big part of this review, which is, yeah, Yang Mi kind of failed at trying to turn 转型, which is from an idol traffic actress to a proper serious actress. Last year or the year before, when she was in 爱的28定律 with Xu Kai, I made a video talking about, although I don't think it's the greatest drama, I also don't think it's that bad, and I don't get why people have so much hate for her, because it was really crazy. A rush of videos that is so intense, and to the wording that is exactly the same among multiple people, so that looks too fake. And I talked about that in my video, and I'll still stand by what I saw back then. To me, that's not criticism, right? That's literally just vengeful, personal venting on other people. And with 哈尔滨1944 coming out and mostly people criticizing Yang Mi's acting, there's also people, again, I'm gonna mention, she looks too old, her face is sagging, she's done too much plastic surgery previously, and now her whole face is collapsing, which is like, I don't think that's actually anything to do with the failure of the role. She doesn't look as young as when she was 20 for sure, but if she's been well kept up over the years in terms of her acting skill, actress, it wouldn't end up like this. Even with the exact same skin condition and whatever face she has, she can still pull the character off. But the problem that comes with her playing Guan Xue, this character, is she has wasted her talent and naturally given assets for too long. Now it's too late, I think, for her to pick them up. She started working when she was like 4 or something, so her whole childhood was on shooting sets. By the time she's into Beijing Film Academy, she's already a veteran actress. And then she picked that very profitable route of being popular actress, taking on projects that are not challenging her own skills on her professional trajectory. She's constantly just being overused, overworked, and resolving to very habitual responses of her acting. She doesn't do it from the genuine sort of feeling and understanding, and she doesn't work on her skills anymore. She just relies on her pretty face, assets that many people don't have. She's naturally thin. She can eat like a horse and she doesn't put on weight, and that I know for sure because I've seen it with my own eyes. She's one of those people. And over the last 20 years, has completely forgotten what being an actress means. And in her most recent interview, where she extensively talked about her work process of doing this route, 官学 in Harbin 1944, you can actually tell what she says is the basics of any actor and actresses when they're working professionally should be doing for every project they have. And that's like a given. You don't even have to think about it twice. It's like that's the foundation of what you do. Every time you get a script, you should do this much work. At least. And in that interview, you could see that she literally tells you she hasn't been doing that for years. She's been doing all those idol drama roles that requires none of those work process. She is known to have no NG, one take person, because she just does it. And then the director always says, good, let's do the next one. She never gets challenged. She never even gets questioned. She doesn't question herself, and other people don't question her either. And she's just doing copy-paste herself all the way through all the dramas for so many years now that she has forgotten what real working process should be looking like. So for this drama, she says she actually hires dialogue coach, acting coach, and works through all the lines, line by line, in their hotel before they go on set, so they don't need to hold the script in their hand, which is like, yeah, but isn't that what you should be doing most of the time? So for the last 20 years of all the other roles you've done, you haven't done this at all. Like, so what happened? If you're popular, if you have a big fandom, if you're pretty enough, you're in your prime, you have enough sort of already gathered popularity, then you can do anything, and whatever you do is right. You keep doing that for years and years until it's too late and you suddenly realize, shit, what have I done for my last 20 years? And it's too late to turn around, and the dough is over fermented, so the gluten is completely eaten. Now you can do nothing about trying to make that bread rise. And you really see she tried so hard. I'm not saying she didn't do the work hard and give her best effort from shot 1 in Harbin 1944 when she shows up, that she is trying to do it differently than what she's done in all her idol dramas in the last 15-20 years. It's very obvious if you watch a lot of Yang Mi acting and stuff, you will tell. It's like the harder you work, the bigger the failure is, because it's all like trying to put the effort in the wrong department, pressing the things hard but in the wrong way, so that the harder you try, the worse it looks. If you don't speak Mandarin, don't understand it by ear, it wouldn't bother you, probably, but if you do, you will realize her line delivery in this drama is catastrophically bad. Not only the Mandarin is not clear, dictation is problematic. Often she speaks a line and without subtitles, you cannot understand what she's speaking. And she's so under practice. Basically, she can't talk from her diaphragm. Her voice is completely leaking air all the time. It's completely coming from here. Whenever she needs to raise her voice, shout, emotional projection, strong line delivery, punch that energy, her voice scatters. It's like you being stepped on your tail, a cat. You did graduate from Beijing Film Academy. You've worked after that for like 20 years close and played how many roles in how many hundreds of things? And you can still allow yourself to do that level of bad line delivery. If I were her as a professional actress, I would be so ashamed that I would not want to get filmed on camera and get that put out to let the whole 1.4 billion of people in China see my acting. That's just plainly embarrassing. Every other actor in this drama, even a random stranger on the street that has like one scene and an extra, does a better job than her line delivery. That's how bad it is in this drama. We're not even going into talking about other parts of her overacting, her, I don't know, like trying to play ruthless, cruel, murderer, dominatrix, female character, therefore she resolves to this kind of facial expression that just reminds you of Yang Yang in Fireworks from My Heart. Just the line delivery itself is so bad that you can't argue for her now, that she's been on top of the business for the past 2 decades, and she really doesn't deserve to be there. She probably is the one who's affected most by 粉丝经济 or by 流量. Her muscles is too weak for her to even try do any type of proper work. Talking about muscle, one thing also that when you watch this drama you feel it's very off is she's playing a special agent who is a leader of a very big organization that has all the men under her. They do interrogation, they do chasing down spies, running on the street, gunshot fight, murder, whatever, like undercover operation, like that's their daily job. Just to be able to hold down that professional position she does, she would have to train so hard. And in the drama, it does tell you that she goes to Japan to get trained, and ruthless training gave her a lot of scars that breaks continuity in this drama. Because in certain shots, she has no scars. In certain shots, she has. Anyway, that just shows you the terrible production standard these days of Chinese dramas. And in the drama, you'll see her very skinny armors, no trace of training on her at all. Like, look at Zhao Liying. Let's just compare these two super skinny actresses. You can tell Zhao Liying got trained really well for years, right? All the muscles on her. So she's so underprepared for the role, and she's so lack of training, and she doesn't have the acting muscle and physical muscle also to do this role, so that it looks like this. I haven't even talked about Qin Hao. I don't think I need to talk about it. In this drama, he's just there, hanging in there to get paid. Qin Hao's performance is unimpressive in this drama either. But I don't think anybody can be impressive anyway, given that script level, right? There's only that much you can do. If you have been a Yang Mi fan, hope this hasn't made you want to murder me. If there's another 40, 50 years of her acting career going on, does not mean it's not gonna suddenly get a regeneration. And if that story happens, it will be one of the best stories of a real person. Because what an epic life that would be. She's not yet 40. Today's standard, you have people who are trying to live to 200 years old now. I'm just happy I have this channel to talk about what I honestly, genuinely think about dramas and stuff, and whatever other people think is none of my business. Thank you for watching I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.